Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. So, a lot of people are looking at Dr. Cheyenne Bryant real funny lately because basically she was on a recent media outlet. I don't know what that guy's name is. Jason something. I know he's from Stockton, but basically she blabbed out that Offset contacted her about being a potential patient. Now she's a actual doctor that would make him a patient. Now she's a life coach or a counselor, then you can use the terminology client. And so they're they're a little bit different, but nevertheless, I don't think that Offset liked the fact that she blabbed out his name as uh, a potential patient or client, whatever you want to call it. I think he probably wanted that to be kept a secret, but she couldn't wait to blab that out because she wanted to make herself feel like she's that important. Because, Offset would be considered a high profile celebrity. He's part of well, I don't know if they're still together, but uh, he was part of the group Migos, which they put out a lot of good music. But nevertheless, we all know what happened to Takeoff. Unfortunately, wow, that was just very unfortunate what happened to him. But with that being said, I just think that there's supposed to be a bit of class, and I think it's supposed to be, you know, um, as a doctor, you did take an oath, if she's really a doctor, to protect your patients, and it's supposed to be doctor-patient confidentiality. And you shouldn't be saying that, you know, somebody called you about doing a session. So that's what I'm saying. So are you a doctor or are you some kind of life coach or a counselor? Because you would not use that terminology session. Because if you was an actual doctor, you would say he called me about me treating him. So that's where, whether she's an actual doctor come into question. Because I know a little something about this. So I was just like, okay, I'm pretty sure that Offset wanted to keep that private. But now people know that he allegedly contacted her according to her. Now he may deny it, but by the fact that she even, blurted out his name, that makes you suspicious of her. And she just came across more as a groupie and a clout chaser about basically trying to, boost her ego and her stature by saying, oh, look up some of the people that I've dealt with or that I've had sessions with. And even a lot of times, if you're a counselor or a life coach, a lot of times they still like to keep the people that they had sessions with private. Now, if you are an actual doctor and you plan on treating Offset, you definitely supposed to keep that quiet. You shouldn't even brought up the fact that he even contacted you. So that just make people like, I don't know about this person. But then my own analysis of her is just like she just comes across as very disingenuous. And then when you look at her talk, to me, it's very feminist, anti-man, and she just comes across as a male basher and a feminist and a lightweight black man hater because most of the people that she deal with in all reality are going to be black women and black men. And when she sat up there on Funky Friday and giving this analysis of Cam and all these broken home situation, like I said before, what bothers me, especially with people like her, there is this thing where they don't never want to point the finger at the woman. Because at the end of the day, if you have 5 kids by 5 different men, that's a broken home too, because you have 5 kids in all likelihood living with you and they all have different men in and out of their life. and you never know what the father situation is going to be. Now, I don't think as a man you should go around having 11 kids by 11 different women, but at the same time, it's quick to point the finger at the man, but they never hold the woman accountable. You have to listen to these long range of excuses, this long list of excuses. Oh, how this happened. I got tricked. And listen, I'm going to say this again. When you commit adultery, there's no such thing as it was an accident. There's no such thing as he tricked me into having unprotected sex and I got pregnant. That doesn't make any kind of sense. Okay? That's next to impossible. Okay? I don't want to dive deep into that, but I'm just using that as a case in point. But just listening to her on various media outlets, I can't take her serious. You know why? Due to the fact that she's never been married, doesn't have any children. First of all, somebody that never been married, doesn't have any children, is not going to tell me how how to conduct myself in a relationship. This is a person herself who said that she was like engaged to somebody for X amount of years, and basically she didn't really want to be with the dude, and she wasted his time. So how you gonna try to counsel me and talk to me about relationships and all that kind of stuff when you can't even keep a man? You don't have a man yourself, and you don't have children. And then she said that her father had like 5 children, I think by 5 different people or something like that. So to a certain degree, when you hear people talk like that, you wonder, is this coming from a good place? Did you become who you are because of resentment and that your intentions are not genuinely good? So like I said before, she can't tell me shit. Okay? Her trying to talk to you about trying to maintain a relationship is, is like a person that plays, a person that plays Grand Theft Auto or plays racing car games via PlayStation or Xbox, trying to tell you how to be a race car driver when you're the actual race car driver, or a heroin addict trying to tell you why you shouldn't use crack. I'm just like, so I just don't take her serious because I just think her intentions are disingenuous. I do. And I have to say that about her. But, it's easy to develop a following. And she has a lot of followers. And over the past, I could say, year, she's developed a lot of followers. I can tell you this much. Listen, you can sell bullshit to anybody. We at a time where you can basically sell, I mean, you really could literally sell, human, human feces to somebody if you can make it sound good and make it seem like it can help you or you can benefit from it. Because now we in the bullshit era. As long as you can make your bullshit sound believable and feasible, you can get people to follow you. It's easy to develop a following if you can make your ideology sound legit. And if you can break it down or articulate it to the point to where it's like, okay, yeah, you know what? This person's right. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. I see what goes on YouTube and social media platforms, and I just listen to certain people be like, is this dude for real? Is this person for real? And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of these people that are on social media, they're just as good in acting as Robert De Niro or Angela Bassett. They're really good at it because a lot of these people don't even believe half the shit that come out their mouth. And I just think Dr. Cheyenne Bryan is just an example. I just think she's full of shit. I would never listen to anybody like her. For real. I would never in my life take somebody like her serious. So that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, it's your boy Town. I'm out.